It's that time of year that the Detroit Lions and draft talk is heating up. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If this is not your first time here, then you know what we do. But if it is your first time here, we talk all things Detroit Lions. So consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. We got a big offseason coming up, and you don't want to miss it. The Detroit Lions are in draft mode. Now, we have free agency looming in about 2 months when the new league year begins, and we've already got word that several current Detroit Lions want to come back. Isaiah Buggs tweeted the other day that he's ready to run it back. We got word that DJ Chark also wants to return if the money is right. And I would like to see both of those guys back. But after that, and after we sign a lot of in-house guys, then I think that the Detroit Lions are going to sign maybe some mid-tier free agents. But after that's said and done, then the NFL draft will be in full display, and we will have to decide who we're going to take in this year's NFL draft. The LA Rams wind up getting the 6th overall pick, so anybody who wanted Bryce Young and potentially CJ Stroud, Will Anderson, or Jalen Carter, your hopes are all but dashed when it comes to that. You can thank the LA Rams for that one. We also have the 18th pick coming from our own pick, and what a difference a year makes. Last year, our pick was number 2, and the LA Rams was number 32. We wind up almost flip-flopping, and now we have 6 and 18. But what are the Detroit Lions going to do with those 2 picks? Well, coming from The Athletic via Pride of Detroit, I will link that article in the description. Dane Brugler says that we are going to take someone on offense and defense when it comes to the first round in the NFL draft. Now, I've seen these two people before, and it's quite intriguing. You might be a little on the fence with that number 6 spot because of where we took this position last time early in the first round. And when it comes to that 18th pick, that is an intriguing scenario. But here's what Dane had to say when it comes to the NFL draft. With the 6th pick in the 2023 NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. Christian Gonzalez flashed enough at Colorado to earn the number 9 spot on my summer top 50 board, and he lived up to that hype in his one season in Oregon. With the speed/length, athletic profile, and the Lions need a cornerback, Gonzalez, the brother-in-law of former Lions backup quarterback David Blau, should be on Detroit's short list for his first of 2 round 1 picks. I don't really know too much about Christian Gonzalez. I'm going to have to brush up on him and see what all the hype is about. But I know we do need a cornerback. It is highly unlikely that Amani, with his deal being over and his terrible play in 2022, will be back. And Jeff Okudah, in what Brad Holmes essentially referred to as his rookie year, is going to have more growing pains. He might not come and be that corner that we need him to be for another year or 2. And I do believe that we keep Jeff Okudah. So to pair him up with somebody on the other side that can really make a difference in the secondary, we can use that help. So that's the one I was kind of talking about, but it's not as early as Jeff Okudah was taken in 2020, but nonetheless, a cornerback in the first round. And I know a lot of you guys will want Ringo and some other guys there as well. This second scenario is a bit surprising, and it involves a trade up in the Lions' case. Now, we've seen the Lions trade up before last year with a division rival, and this trade has us doing that again, but not with the Minnesota Vikings. In this scenario, the Detroit Lions trade up from 18 to 15, and they give this particular team their 48th overall pick. So let's find out who it is. With the 15th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Anthony Richardson, quarterback, Florida. In last year's first round, the Lions made a major trade with the division foe to move up for a high upside offensive star, Jamison Williams. They could do it again this year and invest in their future at the quarterback position. Thanks to his size, athleticism, and arm, Anthony Richardson is a total freak show with a high ceiling, but he's still figuring out how to be a consistent passer. Jared Goff's presence would let Detroit develop Richardson at his own pace. Now, we've seen Brad Holmes trade up before, as mentioned in the segment there. He traded up last year, gave up 32, 34, and another pick as well to come up and get Jamison Williams. We knew Jamison Williams was not going to be effective pretty much for the 2022 season. And now he is recommending or suggesting that we trade up with the interdivision rival again and take a quarterback who, again, will sit on the sideline while he matures in the NFL. Now, I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem getting someone to back up Jared Goff to potentially supersede him when his time is up in Detroit, if that's going to be anytime soon. But the way that our defense is, and the fact that we did this last year for a star, for a player that wasn't going to be effective last year, that is going to bother me just a little bit. Now, we could take a quarterback in the third round. We have 5 picks on the front side of the draft, so we're top heavy right now. And then we have 3 on the back end. We don't have a 4th round pick, and we don't have a 7th round pick. But we've seen Brad Holmes trade in every single draft that he's had as a Detroit Lion GM. So I do see a trade in somewhere in here if there's a guy he really wants. Is it this one here? I'm not too sure. There are a couple of quarterbacks coming out in the free agent market. My thing is this. If we are going to use a quarterback, take a quarterback in the first round, that means that we don't intend for Jared Goff to be around after his contract is over in 2024. That would mean that this quarterback would sit on the bench, back up Jared Goff, and learn from him leading up to us letting Jared Goff walk away in free agency. So I'm not sure I like that, especially with how bad our defense is. Defense, to me, is a number 1 priority. I don't think offense is that big of a deal outside of maybe somebody on the offensive line. I mean, we've got to figure out what we're going to do with Quintez Cephas and others. So to take Anthony Richardson and knowing that he won't have any effect on our offense or team in general for the next 2 or 3 years, I do not like that. So I'm going to say that one doesn't really sit well with me. But those are just my thoughts on the first round pick by Dane Brugler. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Would you be okay with either Christian Gonzalez or Anthony Richardson with a trade up in the case for the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers? Me, I want our defense to be solidified first, and then we can worry about the quarterback position or anybody on offense. But that's just me. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. The offseason is gearing up and things are in full swing. A lot of news is going to be coming out about the Detroit Lions as we gear up for free agency. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell as well. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. The Detroit Lions aren't coming. They're already here. And as always, go Lions.